Hi, and welcome to Fall Asleep with Henrik. I'm Henrik, and you're sleepy, and it is what it is. What happens, happens. And right now, there's nothing we can do. So, let's begin. Hi, sleepy. Hi, and welcome back to my humble abode. I'm Henrik, and as usual, you don't have to do anything. You're done for today. No more tasks. No more jobs. Just you and me and this. Whatever this is. I'm in my studio, and outside of the studio there's the chilly breeze of autumn slowly ravaging the outdoors. Well, when I say ravaging, I don't really mean that. The entrance of autumn is kind of a mild, humble approach, and I really like it. So I did this unnecessary trip just now. My daughter has had a field trip in central Stockholm, and I was going to pick her up, or rather she went there with her friends. Afterwards, she went into the city center, like even further in to the epicenter of Stockholm after the field trip was over. And I thought that I could do something nice and pick her up. So I didn't tell her. I just sat in the car and I went into town. It's about 25 minutes trip by car. And when I got there, she was already on her way home by bus with her friends. And that's lovely. I mean, I wouldn't want to impose, I wouldn't want to say, hi, you're supposed to go with me now when your friends are going by bus. So I just let her go home by bus, and I turned around. I just ordered a cup of coffee at a cafe, waiting for her, I thought. And then I just had to leave the cup of coffee and just went straight home. So that's what I did up until now. It's fine. I enjoy going by car. I enjoy driving. I even enjoy driving in the city, although I'm not very good at city driving. It's too much of start and stop, and keeping a lookout in every possible direction all at once. But nevertheless, I like it. One thing I like more, though, is reading books. Well, I'm kind of lying now. I don't read so much anymore. I used to read like 24/7 when I was a kid. But as I grow older, which I do, by the way, have I ever mentioned that, Sleepy, that I am, apart from the rest of the human race, growing older. The cells in my body are getting worse at dividing in a safe way. No, I'm kidding. I talk about my aging all the time. If you're new here, you should know that. I talk about my aging like almost every episode, so I'm not going to do that now. What I was going for is that I read less. I think it has something to do with the entrance of smartphones. I can clearly distinguish this borderline between before 2007 and after, because at 2007 I got my first iPhone, and as it happens, that was the same year I got together with Nina, my ex-partner, the mother of Harriet, our daughter. And it kind of makes it creates like this milestone in my life when I started keeping stuff in my phone instead of my brain. So I can remember, because I was on a tour, I had this play in 2006. And I remember keeping the tour schedule and everything else about the tour in my head, because all the numbers and other data, all the dates and places and telephone numbers were in this huge binder that I brought with me in the tour bus. I was the tour manager as well as the author of said play, and I also played the main character in the play. So it's easy to say, I could say with great confidence that this was my project. And I also kept all the tour dates and stuff in this binder. But the thing with binders is that it's a very bulky thing to just keep at hand, look up stuff at a whim. So I tended to keep every important information in my brain. Maybe not telephone numbers, but dates and names and locations and stuff. And then 2007, I got my first iPhone, and it happened really quickly, as I can recall. All of a sudden, I couldn't remember anything really, unless I tried really hard to put it in my brain and tried to get it to stick. Occasionally, I can recall stuff from before 2007, like dates and names from that binder. For instance, there was this one man called Kurt. It's a Swedish name for a man. Kurt or Kurt. Yeah, you have Kurt, English-speaking people of the world. What am I? What do I think English people name their boys? Just Rick and Dick and Buck and Zach. As it turns out, all male names in English-speaking countries are Rick, Dick, Buck, and Zach. Rick, Dick, Buck, Zach is the common name for all male people. Sorry, okay, so sometimes my knowledge in the English language just dips. It just disappears. It evaporates. But it's fine, because you don't have to listen. So, yeah, his name was Kurt, or as we say in Sweden, Kurt. And Kurt was, he was one of the hosts of one of the places we were going to play. We were going to perform. It was me. I was the actor.